What's going on, traders? Welcome back to day 15 of 25 days of trading. I appreciate you tuning back in, as always. Don't forget to subscribe. Every morning at 11 a.m. Eastern, I'll be dropping the next day's daily upload all the way through Christmas morning. Today, I want to talk about just how to avoid potentially bad trade setups. I've been seeing this a lot. There was a bunch of key lessons in it last week. So I want to talk about while it's fresh, because I know a bunch of people probably got chopped up in trades that I'm about to show you. But if you have any questions or want more clarification on anything I say in any of these videos, always feel free to reach out and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Let's get on into it here. By looking at TradingView here, the real tip to avoid these bad setups, we'll go into deeper examples. I say plenty of times on my streams, don't get too zoomed in on the 1 minute. Yes, we're day traders. Yes, maybe we're even scalping because we're looking for 20, 30 minutes of move. That the 1 minute is very key in our decision making, but don't get too zoomed in that we're blocking out the bigger picture, almost like the bigger fish. What are they seeing? They're seeing clear bullish trend on this chart here. Where if you look at this blue circle, not getting induced into shorts after just 1 hour of bearish price action. Yes, it's since the 9:30 New York Open, so maybe that is a little bit more significant that since the Open, we've been moving down after starting the session a little bit sideways. But overall, I'm not bearish on the day yet. I need to really see bears step in and maintain that control to really get me looking for shorts. Otherwise, I'm still bullish in this bullish trend because zooming out, we're on a 15-minute here. Looking at yesterday where we started the week, looking back prior where we ended the week up here on Friday, a strong bullish close on Friday, a bullish close here on Monday. Long term, the bullish rise is still continuing. So let me probably lean more long buys until, if you've watched the course, if you've seen any of my videos, high probability shorts really come in when we take out a previous day's low. Because if we take out the previous day's low, now there's a statistical chance that we end that day bearish. It's not my opinion. It's now statistically proven. That could this have continued and ended the day bearish below that yesterday's low? Of course. But until we're really below there, I'm still kind of leaning long buys until I get more signals that this might be actually a bearish day. And being that we're nowhere near yesterday's low, this is also, do I expect it to just erase the entire Monday price action up? We're just going to erase it all right back down? Unlikely, in my opinion. But how can we maybe avoid this, right? By not getting too zoomed in on this 1 minute of bearish price action, let's go to the 1 minute because this is what we would see on that given day here on the 1 minute. We could turn on the open range high and low here. Let's just pretend that's our high. This is our low right here. So since the open with our New York VWAP, I'm seeing lower highs, Evan, and I'm seeing lower lows. Why shouldn't I be bearish? That's true. I see another lower high here, maybe even a lower low coming in over here. That yes, here on the 1 minute since the open, it's looking a little bit more bearish. But again, are shorts the high probability trade today in this bullish trend when we're more likely to see buyers step in? So rather than chasing this short outside the opening range low, or even this first one, I'm still leaning long bias until if this could have broken the opening range low, continued lower, create a lower high, fall again. Now maybe you'll get my attention for shorts as shorts look like they're coming into play and maintaining that control. But up until this point, they're not really shown that they have control because we're still very bullish looking at yesterday's price action. We've only erased like half of it. So just now popping over to the left side again on the 15-minute, we can get rid of these opening range lines here on the 15. This just looks like a healthy pullback, creating a higher low in this bullish trend, which is why I was actually able to not get induced into the shorts and actually find a long once we got above the New York VWAP one last time after really finding a bottom down here. On the 1 minute, yes, it doesn't really look like we're looking very bullish. I don't see higher highs and higher lows, Evan. How am I supposed to long this? Pairing it with where you are in the 15-minute, seeing us slow, seeing us start to turn back around, knowing I think I'm actually kind of still bullish today because there's nothing telling me that we should end the day bearish, that stocks are still kind of mixed and not really moving down. That it's not a bearish day. We're just seeing an hour of price action that's bearish, creating a higher low in the bigger picture trend, and then we actually end the day right back bullish for a new high. So, not getting induced into that 1 minute, being too zoomed in, you could potentially avoid these shorts and actually maybe even find the longs back in favor of the trend. And now, this the very next day, let's keep this going on the same chart. Let's put on the next day's daily VWAP from the changeover of day. So, that's going to be our black one here. And let's go now to the 1 minute of the next day. So, we went over today's. Good examples there. Nice longs there, finding a nice bottom, bringing it back higher. Now we can get rid of that New York. Now let's go back and throw in a New York view up from the next day's 9:30. Okay, same thing. We got our opening range high way up here, and our low is on probably this pin here. That's 10 o'clock. We're on a 2 minute, probably there. Actually, this is our open range high and low. Anyways, so we get a break to the open range low. You guys know I don't really chase that anyways because I'm looking for a retest. Sellers maintain that control. All right, we're seeing us create lower highs, lower lows away from this open range low. Maybe bears are actually in today because now we're seeing it sustain for longer than just 15 minutes. But it just induces all the amateurs to chase the shorts and comes right back higher. So I was actually thankfully able to long it on the bounce here because now I'm seeing a break for a new high day, pull back, respect my New York VWAP. I'm long bias on the 15-minute, very long bias, so I'm looking for longs anyways. Now I'm thinking, how can I get a good long price, a lower price? So I'm able to get it here. It doesn't really move higher from there, unfortunately, that the bigger move comes in the afternoon. But just sticking with that long bias, I'm avoiding the shorts. Not even giving them the time of day because I'm not even too concerned about them. That same thing over here. If you're chasing this short of, oh, we're back below the New York. We couldn't get above here. There was such a ceiling up there. Now we're below New York. We're going lower. Not at all. Creating yet again another higher low and continuing the bullish trend. So now this is also probably a tough long because you just saw that resistance respected. So I'm not saying you're going to long it here, but maybe you could find longs once you get out of that resistance, making new highs, and you see how well it's respecting this New York VWAP as well as the opening range high here as a key level. I mean, 2-3 times it couldn't really get it below it. Obviously here it did, but quickly recovered. But now same thing. Let's take it to the 15-minute and see what does that look like over here. We had it drawn for a second. Now let's go back. This is the New York VWAP here on the left. Lots of arrows going on. If we throw in the daily VWAP, you can see these arrows is where those 1 minute drops were coming in. This is our New York VWAP on that 1 minute. That if anything, we had a strong bullish rise overnight. That to see some selling at the open actually just give me a nice lower price to create a higher low off a key VWAP and continue the trend higher. Make a small new high. I'm seeing potential bearish price action in the short term on the 1 minute, but what is it doing? It's just returning me to the daily. And then we continue the trend higher. It's not getting too zoomed in on the 1 minute's dropping for 10 minutes, 11 minutes. Let's go short. Yeah, but what's the trend? Who's more in control? What's more probable to happen? It's more likely that we just continue this bullish uptrend above all these key VWAPs. We're above yesterday's New York. We're above today's daily. Still building higher lows. Longs are the way. Don't get too zoomed in on the 1 minute. Just seeing that since the open, I trade the regular trading hours, so I'm not telling you guys not to see that. I do like seeing just the price action from the open, but I always, like you see here, I flick back and forth. I have it split screen that at any time I could just pop open the 15-minute and say, okay, this pop here coming in. If I just draw it over here, all right, we're dropping here. Where is that on the 15? Oh, wow. It's actually right here. So no, I'm actually not bearish. I don't love the shorts because we're into that key VWAP. Now, if that key VWAP wasn't there, maybe I would like the short. But knowing where I am on the 15-minute, I'm able to slow down and say, okay, I actually don't like this short as much then. That if this short works out, okay, cool, great. Now we're down here, let's say. So I'll circle it here on the 1 minute so we can see it on the 15. Well, now on the 15, I'd be way down here, below the daily. Now giving me reasons to believe, okay, we're below the daily. We're continuing lower highs, lower lows. Maybe shorts are in. But when we're at that key view up, I cannot predict that we're going to change the trend and we're going to break it. We're more likely to hold it in this bullish trend. So just zooming out, using these, it's not even a higher time frame, it's a 15-minute. Most of us use it anyways to look over the changeover of day, right? Choppy session here. I'm looking at that overnight, finding longs into the open. So just using that 15-minute, knowing where these key view ups are. And I don't want to be like it's easy, because if we zoom out here, obviously it's bullish. But yes, you can make money short. I'm not saying never go short, but there's a time and place for the shorts, like when we take out a previous day's low, when we continue lower highs and lower lows for more than just an hour or 15 minutes, right? We could even go to more recently the price action. One last tip here. To my point, we can turn off this view up. That's an old one. On this day, mark off the low of day. We took that day out, the opening range low, or the yesterday's low of day. When we take that out, and we're getting back below it over here later on in the afternoon, I want to take that short. And just same thing, inverse of what we just talked about, let's just put on a yesterday's New York VWAP, which I love to do. 9:30 from the previous day. We'll leave that black for now just for this example. Same thing, being too zoomed in on the 1 minute, you might have longed it here and gotten smacked in the face by that daily VWAP. So hopefully you didn't do that. You come in the next day, potential longs here at the open, right? Our New York Open is right here where those two pins are down. So maybe the open's coming in bullish. We're finding nice longs. What happens? Smacks that daily VWAP from yesterday and continues the bearish trend. Because if you zoom out, yes, short term, we're making lower highs and lower lows. Shorts might be more probable right now because we are falling for more than just an hour. A couple days have been falling. We're taking out previous day's low. We're underneath VWAPs now. Shorts make more sense, yes. So it's not always just using that 15-minute to keep you out of shorts. Only look for longs. Keep you out of longs, keep looking for shorts too. Like on a day like this. This was just this Tuesday and just this Monday. And these other markups was December 3rd and December 4th. So examples of this month of how I was able to do this. And of course, you could do it in the past as well. But just zooming out, keeping in mind that structure for just more than an hour, all right? Not just zoomed in on the 1 minute, reading for 30 minutes. Where are we going for the rest of the day? Keep in mind the bigger picture. How are stocks behaving? What structure points have we taken out? Keep some patience. Wait for more information to come in, right? If you're unsure if this is the right direction because you're kind of, I don't know if we're going to break this VWAP, right? Wait for it to break that VWAP. Get a retest. You'll find your piece afterwards. You don't have to predict that it's going to break it. Either see it reject it and trade short, or it does break it above. Maybe we're shifting trend. Now let me look for longs later on. All right. So hopefully that helps you. I highly recommend you go to the 15-minute and just keep an eye on it, right? You can go split screen, keep an eye on it, know where you are in the general area, and then go right back to the 1 minute. All right. I'm here to trade. I'm looking at the one. Anytime I'm potentially looking to take a trade soon, let me just double check the 15. Okay, yeah, we're good. Right? So just quick analysis and keep you out of some silly trades that now when you look back at it, if you had longs on those days or shorts on the days we went over, you're kind of like, oh, wow, yeah, my trades kind of look trash now that I traded into those levels. But you weren't aware of it, and that's fine. Hopefully we could be aware of it going into the future, putting a little bit more emphasis on it of not reading, reacting too quickly, saying what's the overall trend. Let me see who's more in control, and let me ride that structure big picture, not just on the 1 minute for a half an hour, all right? So hopefully you found some value in it. If you did, make sure to like it, share it with a friend, and tune back in for tomorrow's episode at 11 a.m. Eastern. We'll be dropping the next day's video. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Good luck to everybody out there, and I'll see you guys on the desk tomorrow morning.